What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Steam Deck, OLED, and LCD gameplay video for you guys today. Well, hopefully, last couple of times we didn't get to really get any gameplay, and that's never any fun for me. I hate having to just make a video of, hey, this thing failed, and I was too dumb to figure out how to fix it. That's never fun. But in any case, today we're gonna try a game called Mirthwood. Now, I really have no idea what kind of game it is, but somebody wanted to see how it ran on the Steam Deck, so I figured, hell, let's see how it runs on both Steam Decks. And then, of course, the two allies, the Firebat, and we'll probably finish this one up with a small form factor PC. But hey, I've thought that before and then end up doing it on everything, so we'll just have to wait and see. So, let's not waste any more time, and let's get into the game.
Alright, we're gonna start just with the default. And I'll just keep lowering it live if it can't hit a constant 60. Or if it starts dropping under 30, more like. Because most games cannot hit a constant 60 on this thing. Although this thing looks like it would be able to, but just spoiler alert, it has some trouble. That's for sure. But in any case, let's get into the game. Alright, here we are in the very beginning of the game. So I'm just gonna shut up, let it talk for a sec.
And your story begins in darkness. But tonight, in the cool of the old vineyard, the air is still, offering you a moment to reflect on your past. Where's Asher gone off to?
Alright, so it obviously cannot hit a constant 60. And definitely probably not stay at a constant 30 either. Not with very high anyway. That's usually a little overzealous, but I thought with a game that looked like this, it'd be pretty easy, but apparently not. Now, there's still, like, a lot of places it stays over 30, but when you get to the main land you're supposed to be running around in, then it starts having quite a bit of trouble and drops into the high 20s, but some people might not care about that, but that's pretty much getting to be unplayable for me at that point. But then there's other times where it's like this, too, so it's hard for me to say, oh man, it's unplayable, but it definitely has its moments. But I'd still say it's pretty playable for the most part. But who knows, there could be an even harder spot to run than any place I've been, too, so just keep that in mind. We got the vineyard. Yeah, that's probably pretty. We're almost 2 minutes. Why don't we change the settings here? I was just not thinking for a second. Alright, so let's drop it down to high for a little bit here. Can I just hit back? No, of course I have to go down and hit close. Alright. Can't go that way. I'm supposed to find some dude. Alright, we got a hat. Alright, cool. Oh, I accidentally used a potion, I think. Oh well. Not a big deal. Just a game after all.
Ah, there he is.
we have to find the rest of these mushrooms. They've got to be around here somewhere. Alright. We must find the rest of the ginseng. I think I probably walked past it like 30 times. I know I found one, but where is the rest? Now, once I find it for the first time, then I pretty much just run through this part real frickin' quick for the rest of the times, but I had no idea where they were at first. Oh, yep, I see one. But that doesn't help me right now. But it's easy to sit there with and just watch yourself play and sit there and go, oh, you should have done this, and oh, there it is. We're going to run through the grapes. Alright. Now what, we need one more? Alright, where is that last bastard hiding? Man, can't wait for that cough to go completely away. But at least it's not that bad. It's just a little phlegm every once in a while will tickle my throat and make me cough a little bit. But at least I can smoke a tiny bit now. I'm just trying to take it easy. Now, I honestly probably shouldn't smoke at all until that stops, but it's more fun when I make these videos. Alright, that must be my house. Alright, yep, I can walk through the door, so I'm assuming. Let's go with Mom's favorite first. And then on the allies or whatever, I'll go and see if it does anything. See, at certain times, I got stuck sitting in the chair too. I'm kind of glad it glitched out here, otherwise I wouldn't be able to get through the tutorial. Luckily, you can skip the tutorial, so it's not the end of the world, but I still thought that was a little lame. Anyway, let's go move on. Now here we go on
where
the
you're from.
OLED. So I'm just going to again shut up, let it do its talking.
When all grows dark. And your story begins in darkness. But tonight, in the cool of the old vineyard, the air is still, offering you a moment to reflect on your past. Where's Asher gone off to? Ah, there he is.
Alright, at least this way we can just do a carbon copy of what we did on the LCD model. Although, well, this thing's a teeny bit faster sometimes. In games like this, where it's kind of not powerful enough to run it at full 60 everywhere, it kind of doesn't make that much of a difference. Though this one still seems like it's a little smoother. But the parts where it drops, it feels like it drops the same, if not maybe even possibly worse. Anyway, though, we're going to do what we did before and just drop it down to high now, and just do that every once in a while until we get down to low, and possibly even very low. I think I did very low too. But I'm probably not going to label those parts. I'm just going to do these in live just because there's so many different things when you do two systems like this. Now on the Allies, I'm still going to do the 1080p, 900p, and all that stuff. But I think I'll start off at 1080p very high just to see what it does compared to this thing. And then like pretty much almost after a minute or so, it'll probably drop it down to high. And heck, might even try medium for a second at 1080p just to see what it'll do. But that's for another video. That's quite a lot of stuff to read there.
The embers
Well, it looks
of
like no more
war
fun time.
burn. After all these years, it has finally reached your doorstep. You must reach the docks.
Ah, health elixir. I will need many of those. I usually get hit quite a few times in games like this, and probably die a lot. This is a pretty hilarious strategy. I doubt this will work on everybody, but that's pretty damn funny. Oh, cool. That seems like an improvement. Oh, ouch. Oh, they were trying to teach me how to frickin' parry. Oops. Alright, well, might as well also move on along.
Alright, now for some camera recorded gameplay. Uh-oh.
The embers of war burn. After all these years, it has finally reached your doorstep. You must reach the docks.
Looks like you can't go back down there, alright. Ooh, can I pick that up? No. health. Probably gonna need that. I have a feeling this is probably one of those games I'm going to die quite often in. Oh yeah, now we can be Buckethead. Stamina. Oh, we got it. I actually didn't get hit that bad. Wait, was there anything else to explore? I wanted to miss something. Alright, nope, that looks like I'll fall in the water and die. Nope, I think that's pretty much that. We just had to fight the guy, and that was pretty much our first fight. And I didn't die, amazingly. Okay, that's what my problem was. Ah. I don't really think I need to do that yet. But good to know that's how you do it. Ah. No way. Can I really just like run away and then just stab them and then keep attacking? That would be hilarious. That is an awesome strategy. I doubt it'll work for all of them, but that's still pretty damn funny in my opinion. Man, lots of explosions. Oh yeah. Helped our soldier buddy out. Still has some drops down in the 30s, even on low. Interesting. I'd still say it's pretty playable though. Because most of the time it's not doing that. Well, you appear to have made it to the docks. Alright.
Alas, things must end. It came to pass that bitter conflict and ceaseless war engulfed.
Yeah, see, now I don't know. Stuff like this kind of makes it like, I don't like when we're dropping under 30 like that. But I'd still say most people probably find this game pretty playable, but definitely has its moments where it's like, oh wow, that's kind of jarring.
Journey begins.
But let's see, what's it like when we get over here past the prologue? Okay. Yeah, seems like it's down into like the 20s. At least on the LCD here. So I don't know. I mean, we can try this real quick. I think we still have one lower quality setting we can try. Now we're on very low, but no, doesn't really seem. Oh, nah, still drops under 30 a little bit. But that'll probably make it a little bit more playable. Not really look that much different, if I'm honest. Anyway though, why don't we now move on to the Steam Deck OLED. Alright, now for some camera recorded gameplay on the OLED here. And actually real quick, let's go put it down to the lowest, just like we did on the other LCD, although we only did that for the last like couple seconds of the thing. So yeah, it still drops down into the 30s and under, even on the OLED. But it's not the OLED significantly, oh my god, so much more powerful than the LCD or anything, but usually in some games we'll get a little bit extra FPSs.
Alas, things must end. It came to pass that bitter conflict and ceaseless war.
Yep, still drops down to like 26, 27 here.
Dared to brave the sea, fled. You were there. This is where your journey begins.
Yeah, unfortunately, basically same FPS as the LCD. So, it can get playable FPS in some parts of the game, but in other parts of the game, it's unfortunately kind of unplayable, at least in my opinion. I'm just going to take your stuff. Oh, that's how you cook.
The man beckons you, and though you've never met, murmurs your name. Welcome to the free lands, he says with a crooked-toothed grin. Someone's been waiting for you.
Oh?
Almost as though they foresaw your arrival. I know not who he is. He gestures towards the steed. Ride west. Bring this horse to the stranger. The road will take you where you need to be.
Okay. Go, horse, go! So yeah, playable sometimes, very unplayable other times. So I think this is another one you guys are just going to have to make your best decision. All I can do is show you how it runs and let you guys do what you do. But it's mostly playable, but there's certain parts that are just like, man, that's jarring, I don't like that. Now, could I still play on here? Absolutely. But the times where it's dropping under 30 are definitely kind of, man, wished it had a little bit more power. But I have a sneaking suspicion the allies will probably have the same kind of issue, especially if we do 1080p, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I like doing native. I don't like having to do upscaling or lower the resolution under what it's supposed to be. It's no fun. Especially when you already don't have a lot of graphics to go with here. It's not like these things are super powerhouses or anything. Hey dude, some guy told me to bring you a horse. It's one of those weird doctor people. I'm not gonna lie, if that came to try to save me, I'd be thinking, nope, it's a demon, kill it. Of course, from a different time period, so they would just look at that and go, oh cool, help me. Belonged to someone I once knew. I took care of it. Alright. Holy shit, this is a huge place. Woodpeckers. Anything else in here? Oh. Sweet. So this is my house now. It's not much, but it's mine. Sound kind of gets a little wonky at some points. Unless it's supposed to do that. Man, I hate when there's invisible walls. It's never any fun. Alright, they just want me to go to sleep. Alright, let's go to sleep. Then maybe I can, like, do other stuff. Okay, it's doing something. It's like, alright, is it going to freeze and crash, or is it going to load? What's it going to do?
After a night of troubled sleep, your thoughts dwell upon your distant kin, and a peculiar hooded figure.
Oh, I can say.
A blend of fear and wonder
Maybe.
turns in your
I don't think I
stomach.
can while she's talking.
Where do you find yourself now?
In a not-so-great
A
house.
stranger? They wish to meet at the Hazy Hag.
Oh, well, let's go find that place. Game saved. Alright, there we go. Oh wow, yeah, we got all the way down to 13. I think that's because it was saving. Some games just drop when they drop frames when they save. That's been a thing since like the old PS2 days and shit. Alright, map. Alright, that does not really help me. That's okay. We'll figure out where to go eventually. Although I'm probably just going to start a new game on the allies and stuff to keep it fair, but I can still save this and play for real when I want. Because it seems like it could be a kind of interesting game. Although it definitely seems like it's turning out to be harder to run than I would have originally thought, so I might just end up playing this on everything, you know? We'll see. We got some wood. Right, that noise doesn't sound good. Oh, I must have a full inventory. Yeah, sometimes it gets a little wonky with the sounds and stuff and like freezes up for a second too. Definitely a little odd. But yeah, borderline playable is what I would call this game. It's playable a lot of the time, but it's got its moments where it can be definitely kind of lame. And stuttery and laggy and have sound cutouts and shit. Yeah, see, like that. I don't really like when games do this shit. That's just me. Some people that doesn't bother. Anyway though, I think that's probably more than good enough for cam-recorded gameplay, so why don't we go ahead and wrap this video on up. Well alright guys, that's a wrap for Mirthwood on the Steam Deck OLED and LCD. And it's got its moments where it's playable, but it's definitely got its moments where it's giving really sub-performance, very subpar performance, to where I'd be like, I don't really like that very much. I mean, I could play, it's definitely playable-ish, but definitely has its moments. So you guys can obviously take a look at what you see here and make your best informed decision. That's what I'm here for, just showing you how games run so you don't waste your time and money. But in any case though, that is all I got for you guys for this particular video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out guys.